Alright guys, welcome back to Emergenyc. As always, I'm Sergeant Alpha, and for this episode we're going to go through and look at the Fire Academy. And I know it's been quite a while since I've done anything with Emergenyc, and that's mostly been because it's still pre-alpha, and the last time I had it and I played in it around with it, all you could really do was drive the trucks around. Now you can kind of get out and have the trucks, walk around, you can do different things. And there's calls in Manhattan, the Fire Academy. You can do all the stuff that we're going to be doing today. So I figured I'd go ahead and take another look at it and let you guys see how it's coming along. And right now we're just kind of going through looking at all the trucks that we have available right now. And we're just going to kind of mess around with the fire trucks today, and there's not a whole lot for police here, EMS in the game yet. Battalion 5, Rescue 9, Ladder 66, Ladder 68, Ladder 75, or I don't know what that would be, Ladder 57, and as you, of course we have all the engines on the other side. And we're not going to use all these trucks today. We're just going to take a couple of them out, but I just figured I'd go ahead and show you all of them. And just a heads up, if you guys use headphones or anything like that to watch, this video will get pretty loud, so you may want to adjust your volume accordingly. I didn't turn down the master volume just so you guys can see how loud this game actually is. Because when I record, I have my Turtle Beaches on, and after I got done, yeah, like I said, it's pretty loud. And after I got done recording, my head was kind of hurting a little bit since I hadn't turned down the volume. But I'm not really going to use the sirens a whole lot, just since we are in the training academy. There's not really any traffic to move out of the way. But the trucks themselves, when you're using the equipment and have the pumps running and stuff like that, are still pretty loud. Right now we're just going to go ahead and get set up before I start the fire. That way we're not having to deal with as much later on, because I still haven't really messed around with it a whole lot. This is probably about the first time I've actually done anything with it since the last time I recorded an episode, so I'm still kind of new to it and I haven't figured out all the little details and stuff like that. And I'm probably not going to be set up like the actual fire department would be either, so just kind of go with it. Let me. So right now we have the supply line hooked up. We're going to go ahead and turn on the hydrant so we can get water going to the truck. And we're going to go ahead and put this back so we don't lose it. And we're going to kind of come over here and try to get our spotlight going so that we can kind of see what we're doing here once it's dark out. Put our scene line on. And you can see it does work. Our flashlight works as well on our character. And I think what we're going to do next is get one of the ladder companies over here so we can start opening up windows and doors. And then we'll take 57. And I'm taking 57 since it's one of the ones I know that has a saw that we can get through the windows and doors with. Like I said, I'm still kind of new to mess around with this again, so I'm not sure which trucks have what equipment and everything. I just kind of know from what I found where. So we're gonna leave 57 right about here. Alright, that'll be good. Now we're gonna go ahead and get out here, and we're gonna start trying to find that saw. Actually, we're gonna put out the outriggers first, because we're gonna mess around with the ladder a little bit later. Alright, that should be good. Now riggers are down there on the back. Yep. So I'm going to go through, start opening up compartments so we can see what's in them and find what we need. And sometimes these want to be a little bit tricky, but there is our saw, I think. And now we're just gonna move on to our side. We're just gonna keep opening up compartments here. Just a few more left here to get open. And you can still hear how loud these trucks are in the background here. And I don't even have the pump running for the engine yet, so when that happens, they'll get a little bit louder. Okay, go ahead and grab our saw. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. It's going to start getting louder here, guys. We're going to go ahead and crack open this window here and try to get it open. That way we don't have to open it later when the fire is going on behind it. That's kind of cheating, but it makes it a little bit easier on us for this episode. I'll move the scene light around so I can see where the lock actually is. Guys, to get these open, you have to hit one particular lock right here in the top right. And unless you actually hit that lock, it won't do anything. So there we go. And it is open. And like I say, you can leave them down until you start to fire. That way you can have a more realistic playthrough with this. I'm just kind of doing it now to save time and make it a little bit easier on me. But we're going to go ahead and open up the second window. And I'm probably not going to come through this side at all. I'm just going to go ahead and have these out of my way. That way I can keep my options open. Because this is all one big building. Alright, one more door and we should be set. Alright, so we have all our doors open. We're going to go ahead and get rid of this saw. and that way we can go ahead and start getting the rest of our stuff ready. I'm just gonna try to get this put back in the truck or near it close enough. There we go. And open the compartment where the nozzle is, and ahead and open the rest of these compartments over here. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and get the ladder set up. And so that way we can open up some more doors and windows inside the building here, where we have easier access once the fire actually starts. And again, call it cheating if you want. I'm just making it a little bit easier for us for this episode since it's the first time I'm going back to it. We're going to go ahead and climb up the ladder here. And with that saw, we can also cut holes in the roof and stuff too. I'm not going to do that right now. And open up that window there. Have this one open. I don't think it will. I think it's like a metal plate or something right there. So we're just going to go ahead and start opening up doors. And you see where it says unlocked and stuff like that. You can sometimes these doors will be locked and you can have to break them open, because I've done that a time or two. So we are going to go ahead and have all those done so that we can switch and get another truck down here. We're going to go with Squad 28. Yeah, main reason I'm going Squad 28 is because it has another dead gun on it in case we need it. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in from the other side. And it has 28 by the doors that we were opening a minute ago. And we should be good right about in here somewhere. Move forward a little bit more, where that dead gun has access to that window we just opened if we need to. Got the supply line, hook it up. And we'll come back over here, grab our wrench, and turn this hydrant on. That way, Squad 28's getting water. And come back over here, put our wrench back. And look at all we got here. Alright, and we're going to take one more truck, and this time we're going to go with engine 78. And again, the main reason is just because it's got a dead gun on it. And I believe we're going to kind of place it on the same side as we did the squad. That way we can get 2 trucks each side, and it's kind of out of our way as well. Yeah, we'll just stick it back over here. And now we have 4 trucks going here. Remember where we go, you got a lot of sound coming in. I'll go ahead and pull a line off of 32 and stretch it out a little bit here. And since 78 is over here by itself and no hydrant, all we're going to end up having to do is hook up a relay line. That way one of these other trucks here can pump the water to 78. So that's what we're going to be doing here. We'll hook up the relay to 32. Come back down here and grab the other end of the relay line and hook it up to 78. And now we're going to have to come over here and turn on the pump. Alright, so engine 32 is now pumping water to engine 78. And as you see, it's saying it's connected with hydrant. They're pumping water. Now we're going to go ahead move this thing light around to where we can kind of have it on the building as well. I'm just kind of guessing where it's going to aim at here. Yeah, I have it up there at the window, I think. There in that general area. And we are going to kind of get ready to go in here in a second once I get the fire started and everything. Building 3, going to go ahead and start those fires. Get ready, and you can see it's starting to kick up already. And there's just a small fire for now since I just started it, but it will start to get bigger. And that's why I have all the trucks with water cannons, because since the fire does spread, I didn't want to have a whole long episode with this, trying to put out the fire, everything as it spreads, because while we deal with the one in the first floor, second floor will be spreading still, and it can get to the point where the first floor will feed the second floor, vice versa. We're just going to kind of come up here and I'll show you a look at how the second floor is starting off here. And there's the second floor fire. Now we're going to go ahead and head back out and start getting our stuff ready. So you come in here and start working on putting it out. And you can see how fast that first floor fire is spreading. So what we're going to need to do is go ahead and turn on these deck guns. To keep them somewhat under control here. I'm not sure why I got into the truck And we'll go ahead and get the dead guns for the squad ready. And what we're going to focus on is kind of keeping the fire contained to the second floor with the dead gun off 28. Now we're going to get the last dead gun with 78. And we're going to try to get it aimed at that second floor window. That should be good enough about there. Now while we have these dead guns trying to contain the fire a little bit here, we're going to go ahead and pull our attack line. I'm going to go ahead and have it stretched out. We want it to stretch out a little bit longer than we did with the relay. That way we have plenty of room to move around with it. And find that connector. And now we're going to hook up the attack line on the other side over here. Now the attack line's hooked up, you can see the water coming out of it. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. And we're going to get our nozzle for it. Now we have our nozzle, and now our hose is working. Now we're just going to kind of work on trying to putting out the fire right here in this room right here. You get a little bit of first person here. And you can see where the fire's coming up to the roof. That's another thing where I was talking about the fire spreads and it can feed another fire. We're just going to try to put out as much as we can here. Now just pretty much what's here in this corner. The trick's going to be getting the water to actually hit it. Takes a little bit of finessing with the hose sometimes right now. There we go. And I'm not too worried if it don't go completely up because we do have all the trucks here with their dead guns on to kind of control any fire from getting out of hand. So here in a minute we're going to go up there and we're going to try to take a look at the second floor fire, I think. This one's pretty much out. It's just out one spot left. And it's just not wanting to go out at all. Let's see if we can get it all through this window here. Don't think it's going through the window. I think we're hitting it and it's just not going through. So I'm going to come into the room here. And put it out from inside the room. See, it is slowly starting to go down a little bit, and it's just going to take a minute. And it is out. So we have this first room put out. Now the fire is only really up there on the second floor, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready to take a look at it. As you can see down here, the fire hasn't spread to this hallway down here yet, since we have all the trucks going. But it is still active in that room up there. And there's a lot of smoke up there. We are going to go ahead and head up to the second floor. I'm getting hung up here somehow. Oops. Oh well, didn't mean anyway. Alright, so we're up here at the second floor. And I only have a little bit of air left, and after I run out of air in this tank, I'm not really going to get another tank. So we'll just go ahead and then end the episode there. We're going to go ahead and see if we can kind of contain this into the room a little bit, because it is starting to spread out to this hallway. And I know I have the air and everything on already. I'm just going to try to save that little bit of air I do have left in the tank, since I'm not needing air at the moment. And we're going to go ahead and see if we can push into the room. And you can see how much more this fire has spread since the last time we've been up here. And that is one of the main things with Emergenyc that makes it a little bit more challenging, is you can take your sweet time with it, and you can probably, by the time you get there, the whole building will probably be on fire. And that's why I was going ahead and setting everything up before we dealt with the fire this episode, so you can kind of see how you can set everything up, or what all you can do once you do actually get on scene some of these, without having to deal with a bigger fire later on. But guys, that's going to be about all I have time for this episode. So if you like what you see, give me a like and subscribe. That'll really help me out. And as always, don't forget to check out my Facebook page, Sergeant Alpha 5 Gaming. And try to keep everybody up to date with what's going on there, and if I haven't released anything recently, I'll try to come there and say what's going on, something like that. Now, like I mentioned on there last night, I had a couple of days coming up next week where I shouldn't have anything to do other than record for a couple days. So what I'm going to try to do is try to push out all these pre-recorded episodes for all my different series up until then. That way all I have to do is come through and record new stuff and have it ready to release while I'm recording these next couple days. So right now we're just going to go ahead and get the wrench. We're going to start turning off these hydrants so we can start wrapping everything up here. Got the hydrants off, so since I've turned the pump off and the hydrant off for 32, what's going to happen is eventually 78 over here is going to run out of water. And you can see the tank volume going down. So it does have a certain amount of water that you can use before you run out if you're not connected to a hydrant, or if you're not relayed water from another truck when it is connected to a hydrant. And that gun over there just stopped working since 78 ran out of water. Go ahead and jump out of this. Alright guys, but like I said, that's all I'm going to have time for this episode. If you like what you see, give me a like and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.